So just what are narcissistic people afraid of? What do narcissists fear? We are all human, so we all have our fears, including those who are on the spectrum of the disorder. Our fears often stem from some form of trauma within early childhood or within adulthood. A narcissist is afraid of a few things. The narcissist personality disorder is on a spectrum, so it varies for each one what their fears are and how severe their fears are. Narcissistic people will often project their fears onto you, and often after any form of relationship with one, you can end up fearing the things that the narcissist is afraid of. So if a narcissist is afraid of rejection, they will often leave you feeling afraid of rejection. There is a big difference within these fears though. Often a narcissist has gone into fight survival mode and seeks to destroy people, put other people down, blame, shame, criticize, judge, punish others. While in contrast, you will have most likely gone into the survival mechanism of freeze or fawn and not want others to feel how you do, want to help others. A narcissist's anger and rage are often driven by their fears. One being their fear of exposure. If they feel threatened, your anger towards a narcissist is often through being provoked, exploited, hurt, or put down by them. A narcissist's anger is usually through fear of being exposed for the things they've done to you. Narcissists can fear getting laughed at. Although they have that sense of superiority, they can have a fragile ego. They cannot stand it when people make fun of them, when people laugh at them. They take it as criticism. They might laugh of others for tripping over, as they have a lack of empathy for others. They enjoy the discomfort that others feel. They view people as objects that they need to get supply from. They cannot handle others laughing at them, as they believe that they are special and above others, that they are perfect and above everybody else. Narcissistic people hate criticism. They hate it when people don't agree with them. With their double standards, they'll happily criticize you. They will laugh at you. They will put you down. They will mock you. They will judge you. They will make you doubt yourself and your abilities. Yet even if you try giving them constructive criticism, or they just perceive something you said or did as criticism, they can't stand it. People don't like being criticised, whereas people not on the disorder might look internally, question themselves, or learn to recognise how it says more about the person putting them down than it ever says about themselves. And yes, it can hurt. In contrast, a narcissist will see this as the other person must be punished. This can cause a push-pull within the dynamics of a relationship. It can get people questioning if they are narcissistic. If you're asking that, then no, you're usually not. Also, negativity breeds negativity. We can pick up toxic traits of toxic people to try and protect ourselves against them, often then isolating ourselves from genuine people. Abandonment and rejection. The narcissist's fear of abandonment is why, if they haven't got someone else lined up as your replacement, they will go all out to keep you trapped. They will threaten, manipulate, fly into rages, re-idolize if you question the relationship. They will love bomb you as they think you're rejecting their false self that they've spent so much time putting together. Their false self cannot survive on its own. They need a supply of attention. They need a supply of people. And it is actually dependent on using other people. Narcissists are dependent on exploiting others. They will fight not to be alone because they need supply, not because they can't stand to be alone. They can be alone if they're getting sources of supply from somewhere. They can't stand being alone with their own emptiness. They will try to destroy others just to feel better within themselves. Insecurities can cause most people to fear abandonment or being alone. Self-doubt and lack of confidence can also make people fear rejection, where people not on the disorder might hold someone who is bad for them, hold on to somebody who is bad for them for fear of loneliness. A narcissist holds on so they can be the one to reject, so they can be the one to abandon. A narcissist will hold on just long enough until they can discard at the worst possible moment and move straight on. Narcissists can be extremely sensitive, but that sensitivity is only for themselves to feel and see about themselves, how people are upsetting them, how people are hurting them. They are not sensitive, understanding, or empathetic to other people's needs or feelings. For them, for other people are being too sensitive, other people are overreacting. Narcissistic people only have the empathy for themselves. Ignored. Narcissists need that supply of attention, and their ego cannot stand being ignored. This is why they will usually have a backup supply of people around, so they can get what they need from others, while trying to destroy you because you've disrespected them by ignoring them. They would rather be hated than be ignored. A narcissist would rather impress a stranger than take care of their own family, because a stranger doesn't understand what a narcissist is capable of. When most genuine people don't want to be ignored or don't want to ignore others. So going no contact can leave you with feelings of guilt, as we want to be liked, we want to be able to communicate and compromise with others, want to end any conflict and any pain, whereas a narcissist often lacks in object consistency. So if they perceive that someone has criticised them in any way, they will not care for that person, and they will seek to punish the person who criticised them. The narcissist survival mechanism to protect themselves, to make themselves feel better. They might go for the silent treatment and begin ignoring the person who the narcissist believes to have criticised them. Yet as they feel entitled and superior, as they require attention from others, if someone falls silent or ignores the narcissist, this angers the narcissist deeply. They will often up their games to gain a negative reaction. Narcissistic people fall silent to punish others. Others fall silent on a narcissist because they realise that there is no communicating with narcissistic people, and choose to step away from the narcissist by no longer playing the narcissist games. Often when we step away and no longer play, some narcissistic people who need a supply of attention will try to hoover you back in. Others will leave you alone for fear of exposure, and some will up their games to get a reaction from you. Being wrong. Not many people like being in the wrong. However, most people can admit to being in the wrong. Narcissistic people look to shift the blame onto somebody else, or play the victim of, you never believe me, you never take my side. No one throws a bigger tantrum than a narcissist being shown facts and evidence of something they definitely did do. They believe that they are above all others and that they are right. If they are wrong, they will rewrite history within their minds and within the minds of those around them by gaslighting those around them, so that the narcissist can escape accountability. They will blame shift any responsibility, as narcissistic people perceive themselves to be perfect. Nothing is ever their fault. It's always someone else's fault. They will lie after lie to protect their lies, which often slowly become the narcissist truths. Being exposed. We are all imperfectly perfect. We can all be naive in certain aspects of our lives. We are all here to learn and grow. We often learn from the mistakes that we make. We all make mistakes. We all make errors in judgments. We all have that little conscience that most people listen to, and now and again we might not listen, and then after the fact we realise why we should have listened to our conscience. Narcissistic people feel entitled to exploit people. They do as they please, and then they shift the blame onto everybody else. No baby just talks perfectly from day one. When we learn to speak, we all communicate differently. We are individuals. Most people will encourage and support each other. However, a narcissist will find all your strengths and take them apart one by one. They will find all your weaknesses and put you down over each and everything to make themselves feel better. They need to be seen as perfect by others. One way for them to do this is by instilling so much fear and self-doubt in those around them, putting other people down rather than gaining their own confidence, which confident people are usually humble people and try to raise other people up. Insecure people, narcissistic people, usually try to pull other people down. You can have insecurities, but you try to make other people feel better about their insecurities, about your insecurities. Narcissistic people have insecurities and try to make other people feel worse. Narcissists seek to instill self-doubt within those around them. They smear the names of those ones close to them so that the narcissist can be the hero who tried to save the day or the victim who's in need of support. They will never be wrong, they will not admit fault, and they will not be the villain. Being disrespected. Most people don't like being disrespected, yet with a narcissist they take it to a whole new level. You don't even have to disrespect them for them to take it as criticism. All you need is a difference of opinion and they can fly off the handle as they believe they are better than you, they are in charge of you, and no one should think differently. To them, you should just agree with them. Most of a narcissist's fears boil down to their false self and their deep fear of exposure. They use gaslighting, manipulation, lies and violence to keep control of those around them. They do not want to be held accountable for their own actions. They love to project their own imperfections over to you and those around you. Narcissistic people make it so that you live in a world of smoke and mirrors and you no longer know what is real and what isn't. Being around a narcissist can cause cognitive dissonance within your mind, leaving you feeling like you're going crazy. Stepping away from their games and no longer playing, learning what they are, what they do, and see that they enjoy provoking reactions from you. Lower your expectations of others, yet keep your standards high of behaviour you will and will not accept. Everything has an opposite, happy, sad, up, down, left, right, good, bad. It's okay to see the good in everybody. It's also okay to see the bad in people. Yet don't overlook the bad in those who repeatedly let you down, hurt you, blame you, shame you, discredit your feelings and keep showing you that they do not care. Instead, focus on you and who you want to be. You're allowed emotions. You're permitted good moments and bad moments. You're allowed to process each one. You're allowed to be you. Look at what you do want from life and then take action to achieve it for you. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for those reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. I shall add into the description the video on no contact, grey rock, and the playlist on rules to deal with narcissistic people to give you more information on those. If you are looking for further understanding and help in overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.